Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of the Ali Solves Road to 1000 special. Today is going to be another potentially tough moment for the series as we encounter the first and the only Sunday crossword that we'll be doing in this little stretch. Because assuming everything goes as planned, the thousandth puzzle is going to be the next Saturday. So this is the only Sunday that's going to be a part of the series. So, like whether the series ends or not, this is going to be the only Sunday involved in it. Now, why do I say that this is going to be a potentially tough moment? It's because Sundays are the largest puzzles. Uh, I think. Actually, I don't know exactly what the ratio is, but I just know that the Sunday grid is much, much bigger than your regular Monday to Saturday grid. And the reason that is a bit of an issue is because the more entries there are in a crossword, the more chances there are, even if the clues aren't supposed to be difficult, the more chances there are that there'll be something in there that you just don't know, some cultural reference or something else that you just don't know. And potentially it intersecting with some other clue that you don't know, creating like a perfect storm of stuff that could thwart your attempt to solve it. And in terms of the difficulty of like the average difficulty of the clues, it's not that high for a Sunday. I think it's more like like somewhere between Wednesday and Friday, if I had to guess. It's just the amount of clues that makes it tough. And sometimes quantity has a quality all on its own, and I've definitely had that experience sometimes in Sundays where most of the grid feels easy, but then there's just that like one part that really does hold me back. But anyway, I think that's enough talking. It's time to dive in. Before I dive in, I want to apologize in advance because I know I sound fine right now, but most likely at some point during the solve, I'm gonna break out coughing again. So please just bear with me. All right. Without further ado, let's dive into this puzzle by oh god, John Kugelman. Why is this font so hard to read? Someone should figure out a better color. Like the gray really is, or maybe change the background, right? Like some sort of contrast. Actually, I guess the background is as bright as it could possibly be. The problem is that the font needs to be darker. That's the issue. Anyway, oh god, I told you it was coming. Well, hopefully, hopefully it's not gonna get too bad. But you know what? One way or another, we've got to make our way through this. This puzzle is called Teacher's Marks. Remained undercover, with the question mark suggests that it's going to be not what you think when you hear undercover. It might be like stayed in bed or possibly slept in. Let's see if that works. Sigma follower is probably tau, the Greek letter. ASAP. Okay, this is one of those things which, or ASAP, I guess, if you want to say it. This is one of those things that I only know from having done crosswords. I've never seen it anywhere else. And I'm not sure if this is going to be the answer yet, but assuming the first letter is P, and if there's an abbreviation in the question, the answer is also going to be an abbreviation. So I think the answer is going to be PDQ, which stands for, I think I've heard people say it stands for pretty darn quick, but um, It remains to be seen if this is the clue or if this is the first theme clue. Miss. Excuse me? Mrs. B, you'll die when you hear what happened to me, underlined and in quotation marks, this summer. What was I to do? Like, is this gonna be something involving quotation marks? Volleyer in a doubles match. Could be like the person at the net? So maybe this is. I'm not sure what the theme is going to be. The name of the crossword is Teacher's Marks. So that I'm sure all will be revealed in time. Time to start the day. Oh, these are going to be ants. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Excuse me. Cry from a crow's nest. Okay, so I believe this is going to be a part of a ship. The, like, observation post. And the person in that. Well, just think of famous or like stereotypical things you expect to hear on uh, a movie or a TV show about old timey ship crews. One thing you'll hear pretty often is land ho. I think this would be nth degree. Land ho, I assume, just because they're searching for land, or maybe they're trying to avoid land, so someone has to alert them if land is spotted off in the distance. Band made of ginger. Okay, so this is gonna be Spice Girls. So obviously this is gonna be sporty. Oh, it's gonna be Up and Atom, which is a thing that I've never heard. Another one of those things that I've never heard anyone say in real life. I only see it. I'm not sure if I've seen it in the crossword either, but like you see it in, like, like cartoons and stuff. This is gonna be one of the only noodles that I know of. Ah, don't quote me something, right? German possessive mine, but there's not enough, or there's too many letters in the answer. Don't quote me on that, maybe. Labyrinthine. It's gonna be mazy, I think. What a stooge. I think this might be Mo, one of the Three Stooges. What Beyonce Knowles goes by one name? And I think Strikes Out is going to be X's out. John Singer's Sargent portrait that scandalized Paris in 1884. Not sure. Good Wheel of Fortune to buy for Too Cool for School. This has got to be an O. This is going to be Don't Quote Me on This. Am I going to know this? I might not know this. Foxborough is going to be Dens. Oh, Madam X? I know this as a name, but I never really knew what it was. Thank you in Oahu, which I believe is in Hawaii, and I believe this is gonna be mahalo. I think. Make airtight has got to be seal, and antechamber, that checks out. Actor Estevez, is it Emilio? Possibly. Digestive enzyme. Let's hold off on this because I don't know what this is going to be. So we're at the convenience store, and wow, I find a $5 bill on the floor. Actually, let's take a look at this. So me was in quotation marks. Ah, you know what? I don't think you're supposed to use quotation marks for emphasis. Maybe that's the uh, the thing. Ooh, I think this could be Mia Ham, right? Windfalls. Ancient symbols of royalties. I think windfalls could be bonanzas. Is this gonna be a net man? Possibly. Neighborhood just before Astral Place. Is something. Eno something? Stuart's successor. God, who was it? Trevor Noah? Right? So is this No Ho? Like Soho is a place, so I guess this could also be. I don't know anything about New York. The O, excuse me? The O in a HORSE in a horse poker tournament. Omaha? I'm not confident in that. Lightly fry could be broil. Is that a thing? Queen of the Jungle in comics. I not sure. Let's see. Neglected is probably gonna be on something. Your money is no good, probably. Something like that. Oh, it probably is Omaha. Mine. Oh, mine with an E. Is that how you spell it? Let's take a look at this. Or like your monies. Oh, I think this is gonna be asps. Spoiled brat is gonna be a snot. Needy. Gonna be poor. Impressed responses is gonna be wows. Hang on. Your money. Oh, actually, hang on. It could be ooze, like ooze and ahs. Because waxed. Like grew, like waxed and waned. Is that because waning is when it becomes smaller, and I guess waxing is growing. Yeah, that checks out. Your money's no good. Here, I'm not sure. Hang on, I'm not sure how this is a response to the clue. Not just yet. Maybe we'll figure that out. Previously, smart problem predecessor I think is a PDA. Digestive enzyme is going to be a lipid? No, that's not it. Cowardly lion portrayer. This is going to be Wizard of Oz. And I've seen the person's name before, but I'm drawing a complete blank right now. If I get one more letter, I might be able to figure out. James Joyce, short story set in a bazaar. Not sure. Most spiders have 8. It's going to be eyes. Old West actress with a question mark means it's going to be a horrible pun. They're probably talking about Mae West. Rank in the Merchant Marine. I know literally nothing about ranks in the Merchant Marine. Just peachy. Could be A-OK, I think. Sneaker brand. Isn't there a sneaker brand called like Keds or something? Let me just put that in. Shall we reply? Like, or a reply to shall we could be let's. Oh, is it lar? I think. Oh, is it a lipase? Let me put that in. Eateries whose patrons dine with tiny forks. You probably wouldn't want to be going to an eatery where people are dying. Tournament pass is a buy. Ooh, excuse me. A buy. Oyster bars. What? Oh God, excuse me. Sorry. Steve Jobs called it one of the two or three most important things I've done in my life. I mean, with these crossings, probably LSD. Oh, is it able seaman? Oh, is it like set in a bazaar Araby? I haven't heard of that, but I'm pretty confident in everything else. PD, yeah, I think it's got to be PDA, right? Well, let's make a note that if we solve the rest of the puzzle and we don't get the win, we'll earmark this as a potential thing to try other letters on. But I'm pretty confident on this, on this, on this. And I'm pretty sure it's PDA, but I literally never owned one, so I don't know. You say it, you pay it. Oh, these are gonna be square jars. Lip, possibly a rim. Progeny is possibly scions, which is a rarely used word, but one that I like very much. But let's check to see if this is correct. A pop is going to be each. This is going to be something there. Surprise, surprise, whom should walk in? Just my best friend ever. Is it going to be like you're not supposed to use whom? It's going to be, oh, it's going to be halt. Who goes there? Ah, I see. Don't quote me on this. The teacher has underlined it as a mistake, and the explanation is don't, like, literally, don't quote me. Don't put quotes around me. And, oh, I see the mistake. They put the dollar sign in the wrong place. That's a bit of a harsh thing to penalize someone on. Halt who goes there means, I mean, well, we know what the phrase normally means, but I think it's giving the same message that you should use who goes there. And by there, in this case, it means literally in the sentence. QVC alternative, I have no idea. Is it HSN? Eureka is gonna be aha. Is it gonna be she something? Oh, lightly fried is gonna be brown. Sheena? Thompson of the box office bomb Howard the Duck. Tandoor bread is gotta be a naan. Sheena? Untended. Okay. Me and Jack. Is it gonna be another me thing? Longtime guitarist for the Eagles. I have no idea. Ooh, but it's probably like Joe something or John something, but probably Joe something, or Joel or something like that. If it ends with M, then it's gonna be something that ends with E. No playing signs are gonna be rests. That's like a music thing. Bottoms of boots. Treads? Trouble could be eat at. Like you trouble someone, you eat at someone. Group with an in-season tournament beginning. God, NBA? I don't know. Newspaper notice got possibly an obituary. Bearded beasts has got to be news. Multi movement works, possibly sweets. I think Drop the ball is going to be Beer holder, Stein or a Skine or something like that. Bottoms of boots probably is treads. Loaf, probably idle. Don't start with me. Ah, yeah. That checks out. License to ill, that's something I do know. Thick plank of a ship. Like walk? Like walk the plank, kind of? Well, let's hold off on that. Beer holder probably is... Ooh. Stein. Let's take a look at this. My mom buys them, and she knows how much I love lottery tickets. It's gonna be something about how you shouldn't put more letters in a word than you need to, although this seems like kind of a harsh thing to mark somebody down for. One in a historic trio. Actually, flamenco shout is probably going to be Ole. 2001 title role for Audrey Totu. I don't know what that is. But I know there's a movie called Amelie. World's most recycled material, probably steel. A historic trio. I don't know. Indelicacy. Let's hold off on that. Let's see. Is it Monet manager with a question mark? Is something like art critic? Draw conclusions in brief. I think Mustangs and Firebirds. Let's see. Let's see. Marilyn, who sang Aquarius, Let the Sunshine In, I don't know. Scratch them yourself, girls, she says. So we do. I mean, that should probably be yourselves. But I'm not sure what the answer is gonna be. Legato mark. Is it gonna be somethingness? Crudeness for indelicacy. And then what is this? Nina? Let's take a look. Terms and conditions abbreviation standards, maybe. Inappropriate to say, maybe. I've seen this a few times. It could be on PC, although nobody really says PC anymore. International group based in Vienna. Is it OPEC? Maybe. Tool with metal jaws. Home of Poly Pavilion. I don't know. We'll come back to this. Could it be muscle cars? I don't know much about cars, but it does fit, so let's try that out. One of four rhyming letters. Maybe it's not. Actually, no, because this is not nar. It's going to be nor. Art. Not going to be dealer, but it's going to be something else. Once ordering shots, ward off is probably going to be fend off. Confront is going to be face. It's going to be eta. Eta, theta, and beta. Does that rhyme? Or maybe there's another one that I'm missing. I think, again, we're looking at Greek letters. Art curator, yeah. And ones calling the shots are going to be doctors, calling like uh, medicines administered as shots. Marilyn, it's going to be something, I think. Marilyn McCoy. Give for free is going to be comp. And what was this? Draw? Okay. Like conclusions of a sporting contest. Adjective used with ye is called ye oldie, ye old. Feature of Japan's flag. Red circle, right? Excuse me, but there's... Oh, red sun. I was going to say, is it a red dot? Surely it's too big to be a dot. Yiddish exclamations. I thought this was going to be... I thought this was going to be McCoy. But Yiddish exclamations has got to be oys. So I don't know who this person is. I mean, let's earmark this as another potential trouble point. Marilyn McCool, because pull yourselves together, or pull yourself together. Oh, actually, no. I was thinking that the mistake was that you said yourself instead of yourselves. But no, the mistake is you put yourself as two separate words. Pull yourself together. Terms and conditions. I don't know. Oh, is it gonna be UCLA? Maybe? Not sure. Lead in for a meme currency, obviously. It's gotta be Dogecoin. Greetings from Brazil. Probably Olas. Oh, is this Joe Walsh? I think possibly. Ending with spy or ransom. Could be spyware or ransomware. Suffix with Milan or Bhutan. Ease? Bhutanese, Milanese. They might be said to be dancing or raging. Te amo, possibly. Fire up is gonna be rev up. Auditors. Target. Oh, flames. Like a filer? Exams for aspiring clerks. Probably LSATs. All you need is love. So, terms and conditions are synonyms. This was a tough clue. Because you had to think of terms and conditions as separate words. And then consider the sentence terms and conditions and what sort of thing they could be talking about, as opposed to just lumping terms and conditions as a single phrase, which is what you'd usually do. That's a tough one. So this means Nina. One in a historic trio. I don't know what this is referring to, but this has got to be all you need. Whale, okay. Is love. It's got to be a filer. Tool with metal jaw. Excuse me? Exams. Tool. Oh, calipers. I was like, this shouldn't be plural, but calipers are... It's like scissors. You would never. Actually, no. Maybe you would say scissor, but usually you'd say scissors. Like I'm using scissors right now. Not I'm using a scissor. And I think it's similar with calipers. You just usually just say calipers. Faint-hearted is probably timid. Okay, it's getting kind of dark, so I'm gonna turn my light on. Introspective question. Shortcoming actually is probably gonna be a flaw. Introspective question could be, am I? Voices one's views is gonna be opines. OMG, can you believe it? We won them all. I believe this is a typo, or the mistake is probably a typo. We won them all is. I mean, I guess you could win a mall as well. Like, like you win the deed to a shopping center, but it seems like an unlikely situation. Probably the intended meaning was them all, but I'm not sure what the answer is going to be. Probably need some crossings. Certainement is, it means certainly in French, and I believe we is something you'd say in French, like if you wanted to voice really strong agreement with something. Bumps off, I think this is a slang for killing someone, and another slang term for killing someone is ices. Tegan and God, I don't know who that is. Darwinian subject, probably ecology. I want to say ransack is probably gonna be pillage. Tegan and I don't know, man. Get after, I don't know. Timeout signal. Ooh, all of a sudden I'm drawing a complete blank. Polar sky phenomena. Oh, what's gonna be aurora? Oh, Tegan and Sarah could be a thing. Straighten as hair is probably gonna be uncurl. Yammer is gonna be yap. You can. You can't win the mall. Oh god, this was a fun one. Aurora. I think like a. I think this is gonna be just like the. I don't know, but I know like TSE makes no sense, but maybe it's like the letter T, which sometimes is like a person holding like I'm doing it right now as if you can see it, but you know, like you hold one arm straight and then another one perpendicular to that, and you make a T symbol, and then in some sports that's the symbol for a timeout. So that might be what we're thinking about there. You in a text is going to be too much information. Devilish, demonic, demonical, is that a thing? Home to the Cotswolds, no idea who those are. Darlin could be Hun. Wrestler's outfit could be singlet. That means this is probably England. That means thanks a mill. Et Ali or Alia or something like that. Dark cloud. I'm not sure. Up braid could be rail at. Dark cloud. Braid is gonna be enlace. Bad thing to do during a meeting. Oh, I think this is gonna be like you cast a pall over something. Oh hey, we got it. I was gonna be sure that hey, there's even an extra graphic. We got a C plus. Oh God. That's that's amazing. I'm gonna have to check to see if the graphic shows up on the phone as well, because sometimes the this is in a browser and like the phone app works slightly differently. This is really cool. Okay, so as I was saying, I was gonna be sure that actually not sure, but like a part of me was wondering whether what was that? There's something up here where I was not 100. Oh yeah, it was the PDA thing. I was like maybe this is gonna be something else. Then there was another thing down here that I was not that happy about. Oh, Maku. But other than that, I was it was a pretty brisk solve for a Sunday, and I really like the extra little gag. Uh, at least we didn't get a "see me" note. We did, listen, C's get degrees, all right? We passed, and that's what counts. And what also counts is the fact that we took our streak to 994. Just 1 week to go. Less than a week, 6 days to go because we'll hit 1,000 on Saturday if all goes as planned. Before we jump in and look at the wordplay blog, are there any things that I want to look up? I mean, we got the answer, so we know her name is Maku, so there's no point looking that up because now we know. Uh, the ship plank is called a whale. I guess now we know that as well. um, I mean, yeah, it's net man, but like, what if it's women's doubles? Is it just like everyone's a net man, even if you're a woman? Maybe. I watch tennis. I don't watch a lot of doubles tennis. I mainly just watch singles. Labyrinthine. I mean, yeah. Let's actually. Oof. Hang on. I'm gonna look this up on my phone because I don't wanna. Like times have changed a lot since 1984, but I just want to make sure that this is gonna be okay to show. Oh yeah, no, this is gonna be. This is fine. This is fine. I'll portrait of Madam X. Yeah, we can look this up. We can look this up. Yeah, just a woman in a pretty normal looking dress. But I guess in 1884, this kind of thing was considered scandalous in Paris. Okay. I guess if we really wanted to, we could look up all of the ranks in the Merchant Marines, but you know what? No need. Who is Sheena? Actually, I'm not sure if I know. Who is Sheena? Comic book character that first appeared in the late night. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. All right, I don't know if I've ever read this comic, but she looks pretty rugged. All right. Anything else? I think that's about everything in terms of stuff I wanted to look up. So let's read the wordplay blog first, and then we'll do the mini, and then we'll end. Teacher's marks. John Kugelman makes the grade. It's John Kugelman's classroom, and we are here to learn. Sam Corbin once again doing the. I thought it was Caitlin who did the weekend ones, but maybe Sam's taking over. Maybe Caitlin's going on to other things, or maybe it's a temporary arrangement. I don't know. God, I'm so sorry for all the coughing. But yeah, it's Sam who seems to be on weekend duty for now. The Sunday, the New York Times crossword gets harder every day of the week through Saturday. On Sundays, though, we face off on a giant grid that's roughly on par with Wednesday in terms of difficulty. So it's like I said, the average difficulty of the clues is lower, but because there are so many clues, there's it increases the chance of something that you don't know showing up just because there's that many clues. Um, so that's where the difficulty comes from. And also because it's so big, it makes it harder to look for like where your mistake is if you have made a mistake, or like if you made a random typo somewhere in the middle, you got to really squint and be like, where was it? And it takes a while. Daunting as they seem at first glance, Sunday puzzles are soft at heart, and their themes expansive. I love the sense of achievement. I feel after solving a Sunday, same, and not just because it's usually the only thing I accomplish between waking up and going back to sleep that day. Oh, same. I feel that 100%. Kugelman, a software designer and musician from Gainesville, constructed today's puzzle, and it has something of an academic theme. The puzzle is a delightful solve in any format, but you'll get an extra kick, bonus marks, one might say, if you nab the print edition. Um, wait, wait. Do the people who solve the print edition get a higher grade? Because if that's the case, I'm like I'm weirdly resentful at that. Even though like the grade, like even though it doesn't count, it's just a joke. But I'm like, they would do something like that, like give people who bought the physical newspaper bonus marks. Classic crossword nepotism. So it's okay. I'll get over it. Today's theme, okay? Each of the 17 clues has a grammatical error made clear by the underlining, which we've omitted here. And the entries represent a teacher's corrections. So we figured this out. It took me a while, but we figured out the theme. Digital solvers receive a final grade after completing the puzzle, a C plus. So at least we pass. Ah, okay, okay. The print edition features all of the teacher's corrections in red pen. It's more than a gimmick. Kugelman dedicates the puzzle to his sister Julie Buffington, aka Mrs. B, a second grade teacher at nearby Haymarket Elementary. For authenticity, she provided all the red pen marks in the puzzle's original submission. Okay, that's pretty cool. So they don't get a higher grade, they just get some extra like Easter eggs. That's fair enough. I feel less resentful at that. And here are some tricky clues. Remained undercover, slept in. Classic misdirection. Draw conclusions. Yeah, another classic misdirection. No playing signs. This one I felt wasn't that misdirecting just because there are lots of clues, like music related clues that you see in the crossword. Um, in English, oh, in English, a beer is the platform for a coffin. In German, it is a beer. You can see the confusion. Thankfully, Paul Bear doesn't fit into the five squares. The answer is Stein. Truly, duly noted. I'm consistently fooled by sneakily concealed synonyms or sins for short terms and conditions. Are they though? I guess they are. But then, why would we say terms and conditions? Wouldn't we just say terms? I guess lots of people like needless redundancy because it makes things sound more profound than they really are. Maybe that's what's going on. Yeah, you know what? Simply two words that mean the same thing. While we're here, maybe a lawyer would like to explain why we still use both words in contract language. I'm all beers. I mean ears. That's yeah. I'm sure some lawyers gonna be like, well, technically, condition means something slightly different, but I'm not seeing it. And again, we have a very short note from our constructor. This is my sixth puzzle in the Times, but was my very first to be accepted. It's been hanging out for 18 months, patiently waiting its turn as its brothers and sisters jump the line. Now, that's an interesting thing that I have seen from some other notes from constructors is that, so, like, obviously the NYT people make their own editorial decisions about what order the puzzles go in. Um, and I think a lot of it might have to do with the fact that they arrange things by difficulty. So if they have like a backlog of Sunday puzzles, they have to space them out quite a bit. Meanwhile, Kugelman might have been writing puzzles for other days of the week where they had fewer things ahead of them in line. That could be one reason why this entry waited 18 months before finally showing up. I'm glad it showed up though because it was a real good one. So let's go back to the crossword. Let's solve the mini, and then I'm gonna take one last look at the grid just because it was a real fun one. One of God, what? Oh, it's gonna be death and taxes. Oh God, is it death or is it taxes? Oh, this is gonna be Xerox, so it is taxes. Eyelid irritation is gonna be sty. Gonna be a surprise party. Diary pass is gonna be an entry. Smoking hot is sexy. One's best effort is gonna be a game. Appetizer is gonna be tapas. There we go. The mini solved as well. I wasn't that quick on it. Could have been quicker, but you know what? It's okay. It's fine. Let's take one last look at the puzzle. We get a C+. So we don't get to see the red marks, the extra marks, but still, I'm glad we at least got to see the note with our grade on it, which you know what? I'll take the C+. At least we don't have to repeat the class. Anyway, with that, we're gonna draw an end to today's episode. So for the next 3 episodes, they're probably gonna be very quick because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday aren't that difficult. So the next 3 days, we're gonna be cruising a little bit, and then we get to the grand finale where if we want to go all the way to 1,000, we're gonna have to successfully solve Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is probably the most difficult possible finish that you can have. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday because it has a potential of having a really weird theme, like a really weird gimmick. Friday, you know, reasonably tough difficulty, and then Saturday with the highest difficulty rating in terms of individual clues. So I guess it's appropriate as we approach the summit that it should end in the most climactic way possible. But that's not going to be for, nearly a week. For now, though, we get to enjoy a bit of a breather with the easy puzzles coming up. But yes, for now, I think it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you'll join me for the next episode in the road to 1000. And until then, take care.